Alrighty, have a look here at success criteria J and also K, which is looking at building and describing patterns. What we've got here below is a series of triangles that we make with a heap of matchsticks, and we can just see how that pattern increases. So we're starting off here with one triangle, next pattern we've got two, next pattern here we've got three triangles. What I want you to have a think about as we move into this concept here is trying to explain what's going on here. We know that here we've got, as I said, one triangle, two triangles, three triangles, and our next pattern would probably look something like this if we were to do it nice and quick. But rather than just identifying how many triangles we have in each pattern there, I want you to look a little deeper if possible. Alright, so what I mean by that is, what we're seeing here with this pattern, I've just got it copied down the bottom of your screen there, is that each time we add a triangle, there is two matchsticks being added along the way. So just to illustrate that, we've got one triangle and we've got three sticks. Over here we've got two triangles and we've got 5 sticks. Okay, next one we've got three triangles and we've got 7 sticks. So we can see that each time we add a triangle, that we add two matchsticks as well. Now, rather than drawing those patterns on and on and on to find out how many matchsticks in the 10th pattern, for example, we're going to look at how we can start to represent this in a pretty simple table, okay, which looks at the number of triangles and matchsticks that we use for our patterns. So when we come back up here, we know now that one triangle uses 3 matchsticks, two triangles uses 5 matchsticks, 3 triangles uses 7 matchsticks. Alright, now what we should start seeing, because this is a linear relationship, which means that it increases at a constant rate, is we should start to notice that there is a pattern forming across here. From 3 to 5, we're adding 2 sticks. From 5 to 7, we're adding 2 sticks. And what do you suppose will be this next value for 4 triangles? Is that we've got 9 matchsticks and we add 2 each time. And when we go and do that again, all of a sudden in the 5th segment of that pattern, we now have 11 matchsticks being used. Okay, so yes, we are increasing 2 matchsticks each time, and that is looking at a pattern. We're trying to explain it when we move across this way. Okay, so we move across our table from 3 to 5 to 7 to 9 and to 11. Now we could continue that table on forever, okay, and find out how many matchsticks we would need for the 75th segment in that pattern. Obviously, as we go through this unit, we're going to find quicker ways to do that. What we want to now look at is, we want to try and explain what's happening when we look down this way. Okay, so to be a little more explicit, from 1 to 3, what's happening there? From 2 to 5, from 3 to 7, 4 to 9, and 5 to 11. Now, to find a rule or an explanation that links the number of triangles and the matchsticks used, we want to be able to find that same rule which will apply to any part of that pattern. Alright, so we can start to go and say, right, to get from one triangle to 3 sticks, we could just multiply by 3. Alright, so 1 times 3, yep, gets me 3, that's fine, that works there. If we move across to the next one, 2 times 3, does that get me 5? No, it doesn't, okay? So we need it to make sure the same thing. We'll just illustrate again. 3 times 3, does that get me 7? No, it doesn't. It actually gets me 9. So that rule, or that explanation, isn't going to work. So we can put across through this one here. If I was to go and look at the number of triangles and double it, and then probably add 1. So if I double this one here, that'll take me to 2, and then add 1 to it, that'll get me 3. That's fine. If we're looking at doubling this value here, the number 2, that'll get me 4, plus 1 is going to get me 5. So that's starting to work. Let's keep going. We're going to double this one to get 6, and we're going to add 1 to it to get 7. We're going to double this one to get 8, and add 1 to get 9. That works. Last one, double that to get 10, add 1 to get 11. Absolutely spot on. Alright, so looking at some different patterns here, okay, we can see that we can explain it in a couple of different ways. And now we're moving towards possibly looking at a rule that links the number of triangles and the number of matchsticks.